name is Cosmo, play-by-play voice for Cougar Athletics, and talking cross country primarily, but also some track and field with the head coach for both programs, men and women. So technically, I guess all 4 teams.
Yeah.
Tracy Jex, Coach, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me. It's always good to be back here.
Always good. Been a heck of an off season and into this year. Of course, we talked last show going all the way back to quite a monumental performance by Abby Stricker, winning the national championship in a long jump for your team,
yeah.
And in an event that was never really anything that she had done before.
Correct.
Quite a story.
Yeah.
So you can come to Columbia College, play track and field, and maybe win a national title in, I don't know, what have you never done? Thrown a shot put? Maybe. Hey, you never know. That's got to be your recruiting pitch, right? Is that
exactly
it?
What we did. That's it.
Take the scrawniest kid and say, you're a discus national champion. Come
Yeah.
here, and it's a done deal. But that as you come into Southwell Complex with volleyball and basketball, you see quite an honor for not just for Abby,
Yeah.
along the windows outside the Bixby room as you come in to watch basketball this weekend or volleyball, or over to get warm after the soccer game or whatever. But it's a pretty cool feature for not just for Abby, but then a kind of a list of some of the accolades that the cross country and track and field program has put together in such a short amount of time. Talk about what that is like to be the head coach of a program like this, and it's still in its infancy stages.
It's a lot of fun. No, I mean, obviously I want to thank Columbia College and Drew for doing that honor for Abby and the rest of the AMC championships that our teams and won throughout the year last year here, and it's very exciting. It's fun. We don't ever know what's coming next.
Right.
That's what's really great about being a coach of a young program, and when you get to do it with coaches that you like and people that you enjoy working with, and it makes it even better.
And I'm sure it probably helps on the recruiting trail when you're going knocking on doors and sitting in living rooms talking to moms and dads of prospective student athletes about coming here to Columbia, and whether it's running cross country or one of the track and field disciplines. That certainly helps facility-wise. Obviously, that's without having a track here on site, but to have the success quickly, that obviously helps, as well as the educational side too.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, it definitely helps when people see that we've had a national champion within the last first 3 years of our program. When they see that our men's team won the indoor and outdoor and cross country last year, they see our women's team growing. They see their friends coming here and really enjoying it. I think that's what makes it. But ultimately, it comes down to the relationships that you build with your student athletes, and that's what we really try to focus on, even in the recruiting process, is building that healthy relationship with our student athletes that are here, between our coaching staff, and then between coaches and students.
Well, obviously, with the track and field events, I think obviously nationally it's in the spotlight more. Obviously, when the Olympic years roll around, you start seeing some more of that kind of stuff. But obviously, for you, it's a 24/7, 365 thing. For whether it's a JUCO transfer or a high school student, what is the recruiting process like for cross country and track and field? Take us through that dynamic as the head coach. That's maybe not necessarily the most fun part.
Yeah, it's different than other sports. Basketball may have a specific type of year when they're looking at recruits. We're basically recruiting during our season. And so it's during cross country, we're trying to bring in cross country athletes. During track, we're trying to bring in track athletes. So it really never ends. And then we're going against Division I, Division II, Division III, JUCOs. We're competing for those same student athletes that even a Missouri, University of Missouri, might go after a student athlete that we're going after. So the dynamics of that and how you do all that it's nuanced, but again, what we try to do is show the benefits of being at Columbia College, the great education that you get, along with being on a very young team that has done very well and is very successful, and honestly a college that supports their athletics to a great extent, and that's thanks to the Cougar Club and everyone else that surrounds this athletic department, and just the high level of expectation, or the expectation that they want you to be compete at a very high level, and so that really helps you again compete for those types of student athletes.
Especially when you talk on the men's side and you got a high school athlete that's running cross country that's weighing his options. Where am I going to go to school? Am I going to stay close to home if he's from this area? But your men's cross country team sitting now at number 6 in the country continued to climb the rankings. And if my notes are correct, in the meets you guys have run there a third, a first, a third, and a second place finish. That's doing pretty good. You should be in the top 5, top 6 in the country with finishes like that. Take us through what the men's team has been able to do, and why do you think they've had the success they've had?
Well, I think first of all, a lot of accolades needs to go to Coach Radquick. He has done a great job with those guys. I think second of all, we have a strong foundation that Coach Cornell built, bringing in solid recruits over the first 5 years of the program, and then we strategically redshirted a couple people. Last year, we redshirted Tommy Skoski, who was the defending AMC champion, because we knew coming back we had a really strong team. And then I think the guys have just worked really hard this summer because they saw that there's potential for them to do something very special this year. Starting out the year totally unranked, receiving some votes, but unranked, and then to move up to the top 10 is huge for us. And we think that there's still more. The hard part is, yes, we've done very well, but
Sure.
but we still have more that we could do, and honestly probably should do. Some of our if we put it all together on the right day at the right time, who knows? I mean, this team has the potential to be a top 5 team at nationals.
Take me through, because I don't know the answer necessarily, and somebody that's watching here on MC22 as far as cross country. I know you guys are getting ready for the conference, the American Midwest Conference Championship coming up later this week. How does that work? Everybody knows what the soccer tournament looks like. You've got a bracket set up. I don't assume there's a cross-country bracket where there's 90 runners and you got your 1 versus 90 or something like that. How does the AMC Championship work for cross-country?
So basically the AMC, we have 10 teams on the men's side that will compete for the overall championship. The team that wins gets an automatic bid to the national championship in Vancouver, Washington. On the women's side, we have 13 teams that will compete, so we actually get an extra bid this year because we have more than 12 teams. So there will be the top 2 teams from the AMC conference on the women's side will go to nationals, and the top team on the men's side. Then the next 4 individuals who are in the top 15 but not on the championship team will go as individuals. So it's kind of convoluted in some ways, but try to get an overall feel for an overall field of 36 teams altogether, 21 direct conference qualifiers, and then there'll be 7 or 8 at-large bids that will go as well based on the national.
So you've got your roster of runners, everybody that's in, and now I know that throughout the weeks you kind of have, as we talked with Coach Utley last week with the golf programs, they kind of have their own competitions to figure out. They take 5 to tournaments, and so they'll have the guys or the girls play rounds of golf competing to earn those spots. What is that for cross country? How many runners do you have in each meet, especially for this conference championship meet?
So for the conference championship, we'll run 13 men, and then we'll run 8 women. So you score 5 runners in cross country, and then at the national tournament, you can declare 7 people to be on your roster. So from those 13 guys, we'll have to take the top 7.
And now, will that be based solely on how they do in the conference tournament, or kind of that's where the coaches get together, you and Coach Radquick, Daniel get together and kind of look at the body of work as the full season more
overall body of work will be the determination for who makes that top 7. We do have one runner who transferred from William Woods and will not be able to compete in the conference meet. That will likely be in our top 7.
But would be eligible for nationals then at that point?
Yes, would be eligible for the national competition, but just not the conference meet.
So then how is practice, or what do you do as far as, not necessarily a practice, but training in general? It's not like you guys necessarily run drills or anything. But how does that work leading up to this championship? How much of it is meeting with the team, not running, and how much of it is actual getting out and hitting the streets?
Well, I mean, a lot of it for the men. We have the tradition has been set to win the conference title and good teams don't usually lose their conference meet, is what Coach Radquicks likes to say quite a bit. So, we're still working really hard on the men's side, and there's definitely some guys that can move up and make some ground and show us something this Friday. And then on the women's side, we're definitely getting them ready to peak and get ready for this meet on Friday so that they have an opportunity to make it to the national championship. That's the goal on the women's side. On the men's side is to continue that tradition of winning the conference championship and being that team that the rest of the conference wants to be like. So,
a lot of times on a lot of sports calendars, there's a circle in red around the double CCs, no matter what the sport is. We're going to come back, talk more with Tracy Jex about the cross-country program. Again, the men's team number 6 in the country, as both the men and women get ready to run in the AMC Conference Championship meets this weekend. We'll talk more with that, and also a little preview ahead to track and field with some indoor season coming your way here at Columbia College. The Cougar Insider Show continues after this on MC22.
The average family uses 7 internet devices at the same time. From online grocery shopping to online doctor visits to online fitness, we're more connected than ever. By 2022, a typical home could have 500 smart devices. That's why at Mediacom, we've increased all our speeds, and we're bringing gigabit speeds to every community our internet serves. So while technology is changing fast, we'll continue to stay ahead.
Attention Mediacom Internet customers, are you ready to go even faster? Boost your speed from up to 60 to up to 100 meg for just $10 more a month. Or speed boost to up to 200 meg for just $20 more a month for 1 year. That's up to 3 times faster than you're going now. Whether you're uploading, downloading, surfing, or streaming, adding speed boost makes the time you spend online faster, better, and smoother than ever. Supercharge your internet for as little as $10 more a month for 1 year. Call 888-SIMPLIFY today.
Talking cross country and track and field on this edition of the Cougar Insider Show here on MC22. My name is Cosmo, play-by-play voice for the Columbia Athletic Department, and Tracy Jex, the head coach, now in your second full year or third full season?
Third full season.
Wow.
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah.
That's hard to believe. But
yeah.
Both cross country and then the addition of the track and field program at Columbia College, which continues to grow, and we'll talk more about the track and field side of things. But cross country, your men's side, what an amazing run this year. We mentioned number 6 in the country in the latest NAIA Top 25 poll. As you said, start the season outside the top 25 and to continue to climb. And you land at 15 and then 14 and then now sitting at number 6. It's got to be a proud moment, but at the same time, as you mentioned before, the mission is far from over.
Yeah, it's huge. We've never been ranked this high, but still stuff to do. Still got the conference meet this Friday, and then hopefully earn our trip to nationals in a couple weeks. So
then if you do that, get to that national meet as a team, then how does that, same kind of deal with the regular meet where you X number of runners in and you score your top 5 and go from there?
Yep, we'll put 7 runners on the line at nationals, and the top 5 will score. And so actually the other coaches in the country have said we have one of the best 1 through 5 in the nation. So we're hoping that we just get a chance to prove it.
They're just trying to do some reverse. It's true, but they're trying to outthink you, because I mean that's a lot of, and we've talked about it with all the coaches on this show. But so much of coaching is getting the student athletes, the guys and the girls, right up here, more so than with their feet or with their arms or whatever the sport is. And I know that's something that you guys constantly are working on, especially with cross country. With so much, it's a team sport, but obviously you're competing individually and running. There's no ball, there's no net, there's no hoop that you don't have a 3-point percentage or anything like that.
No,
it's all about just running and fitness and conditioning.
You, the person in front of you, and the clock. Those are the things that really determine what we do and how we do it. So it's pretty cut and dry with us. And we do focus on the mental side, trying to keep our kids positive, keep them thinking that you can always do more than what your body's telling you can, and you can always be better than what you're even thinking that you can be. It's a matter of mostly you overcoming your own doubts about yourself. You
mentioned Tommy Skoski, who's a guy that you redshirted kind of strategically a little bit, and and his name has been around for a while. He's been a long-time member of this team and this program and this school. But what are some of the other names of some of those guys that have really turned this program to what it is now, a top 5, top 6 program?
Yeah, Seth Shank has done an amazing job. Last year being a 2-time All-American on our relays. Malik Holman, sophomore this year, has come in and last year just did an amazing job. Our transfer student from William Woods, Alex Thompson, has come, transferred in, and just done a really good job of getting into the feel of what it is to be here at CC. And then you've got a kid that Grant Youthlot, who just worked really hard this summer, and it has shown that he's just done an amazing job. And we got a couple freshmen, Carter Brocato and Tristan Bays, who are kind of the next generation of those guys that are they're kind of getting a chance to see what it's like and a chance to run on a good team.
And it's cool, especially with so many of the teams here, but you look down the hometown list and you mentioned Mr. Bay's been O'Fallon, Missouri. A lot of Missouris, but not just mid-Missouri, St. Louis and Scatter, and a few others from across the country as well coming here. I would assume that a majority of your base for cross country is going to be from Missouri and the middle of the state, in St. Louis, Kansas City, things of that nature.
Yeah, we're always going to try to get the best students that we can from this mid-Missouri, and then go out from there to get great student athletes that want to be part of our program. What's good now is that kids are starting to seek us out, not us just seeking them out, which is a kind of a different change over the last couple of years.
Well, that comes with the success that you've had, and again, when you see that list of successes that have happened here in the years of the young program, that is now on more student athletes' radars where they want to go to school. On your women's side, a 7th, a 2nd, a 14th, a 15th place finish for the cross country team, and the season kind of started with Pia von Kutz, who's from Germany. She had earned an early on runner of the week in the AMC conference honor, and that team has continued to gel together and really perform very well. Yeah,
the women's team, unlike the men's team, was basically all new. We had a couple of returners, but basically built a whole new roster on that women's side. So to see it turn over a little bit, we're really hoping that women's team can come together. Right now, at the end of the season, we're hoping that they can kind of put it together and try to get one of those top 2 spots at the conference. Last year we were 4th. This year we're just hoping to kind of move up and be one of those top 2 teams. Pia is a student from Germany that came. We also have Lucia Vega, who came from Spain, and of course Grace Young, who returned this year. And then sprinkled in a couple freshmen as well that are just doing really good. The
AMC national tournaments, the conference tournaments, and then your track and field indoor season gets started in January, and you've got a handful of meets there, including one here in Columbia over at the University of Missouri.
Yeah, that's always a good meet for us, just for people in town and the Columbia College community to go and watch us, to see what we can do. To see our student athletes compete locally is just a huge honor for us, and just a good chance for us to get out and show what the track and field team is about.
And that's continuing to grow. Well, good luck with that project, and especially the task at hand, that men's team, number 6 in the country, in the top 25 in the NAIA. Good luck this weekend in the AMC Nationals, and hopefully some tickets punched to the national tournament.
Hopefully so.
Nothing like a road trip to Vancouver. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Good luck. Tracy Jacks, the cross country and track and field coach for both the men and women's teams at Columbia College. Don't forget programming here on MC22 on demand right from your cable box. You can find out more on the website as well as ColumbiaCougars.com. Thanks for watching Cougar Insider here on Mediacom 22.
Attention Mediacom Internet customers. Are you ready to go even faster? Boost your speed from up to 60 to up to 100 meg for just $10 more a month. Or speed boost to up to 200 meg for just $20 more a month for 1 year. That's up to 3 times faster than you're going now. Whether you're uploading, downloading, surfing, or streaming, adding speed boost makes the time you spend online faster, better, and smoother than ever. Supercharge your internet for as little as $10 more a month for 1 year. Call 888-SIMPLIFY today.